Recording. Hello, 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 everybody. I think it's Wednesday. Can y'all hear me and see me okay? Check in and let me know you can hear me and see me okay.
We can hear and see.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so if y'all cameras are off, what we doing? Are we coming to have a discussion? What's happening? Come on up in here. Let's get to it. I'll make sure that you are not in the replay. Come on up in here. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let's kick off in some gratitude first. We need it. We need gratitude on the top end, like a cherry on top. If you hear any movement in the background, it's Superman. Just be patient. Just be patient with me. I got a little Superman over there. He holding strong too. He done had a bath and he ready to be a willing participant while we get through this session. So, what are y'all feeling for gratitude? What do we have?
I'll go.
Okay.
I am grateful first of all, good evening.
Good evening.
I am grateful for the rain today.
Hmm.
It feels like it was needed to just sort of cleanse out the air.
Hmm. Hmm. I get it. I get that. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Cynthia.
Hello, hello.
Hello. What's your gratitude?
I'm grateful today um just for other Black women who take care of things that might not be their thing to take care of, but they do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter had a doctor's appointment today, and all she needed was a sign form for nursing school, and one lady wouldn't let her do it. But the Black lady that we know was like, well, come, sweetie, come over here. Right. And I was busy. And it was hard for me to come up with a gratitude, but it was easy for me to come up with a gratitude because I'm truly grateful for it. But it just felt like on today, there was nothing good. But she got it taken care of. Somebody looked out. So
Nice.
I'm grateful. Right. Like,
Beautiful.
just grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Shanique, are you here? I saw you on earlier before I had myself together. My bad.
No worries, no worries.
What's your gratitude? Your hair looks pretty.
Thank you.
Mm,
Um, I am extremely grateful for the community that I have built at my school. Today
mm,
is a very, very emotional day for
mm,
a lot of the kids. And
mm,
I had like, as I came into the door this morning, I was like flooded with kids coming to my office and they were just in tears
mm,
regarding election results because a lot of them, their parents are undocumented. And so they were
mm,
afraid that, their parents will be deported. And so
mm,
I was grateful for the opportunity to be able to hold space for them and that they felt so comfortable to be able to do that. Um,
mm,
like all of them had no shame. I mean, because they were in full-blown tears and they had no,
mm,
coming to my office to talk about the different things and they were being very vulnerable in ways that most people would think teenagers are not capable of. So
mm.
it was just really, I'm really grateful for the community that we've built at my school.
Wow, that's pretty heavy. And grateful for you that you have the capacity and the community to help these kids navigate such I'm sure, a fearful moment, time, season, all of that. Um, Man, thank you. Thank you, thank you. If you're just joining us, we're just sharing gratitude. Um, Van, welcome to the call. Welcome to the session. Somebody has an 864 number. I'm not sure who that is. Unmute or share in the comments what you're grateful for. We're sharing gratitude. And then I just want to hear from y'all. I am here to support. I am here to offer perspective. I'm also going to share, but I want to hear from y'all. What are you feeling? I got some emails today from some of y'all. Thank y'all for emailing me and sharing how you felt. Thank you for prompting this community call. I've been in a bubble with Jace, with my grandson, my Umi baby, and peeped my head out, of course, last night after he went to bed and then this morning to confirm results. And say hello. Say hi. Yeah, good job. We're in a meeting. Can you say hello? Hello. Okay, all right. I see you. Okay, no, you've already had it, but go have a seat and I'll be done in a minute, okay? Okay. Okay, go have a seat on the couch. Thank you. I'm grateful that we have this community, grateful that even with something so heavy and so like, dang, you know, I want us to talk about it tonight. I want to talk about disappointment and how we can move forward from it. But let's get one more gratitude. Van, are you able to share your gratitude?
Good afternoon or good evening, everybody. Yes,
Hi.
I'm grateful for getting out and walking out in the yard today and getting some fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
And made me feel good to walk outside and get some air.
Mm-hmm.
Grateful for that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing. And whoever has the 864 number, can you unmute? Let me know who you are. I'm not sure who that is. Whenever you figure it out, we'll come back to you because sometimes it's hard from the phone. It's weird. I don't know. So the first question I want to ask you guys is, I want you to share, like, in your most rawest, profanity filled, how you feeling? No need to wrap it up in positivity, no need to wrap it up in hope or wrap it in anything other than like how you actually feel. I'm gonna mute my background just because Jason's blowing bubbles, but how do you feel?
I'll go. I felt numb at first. I'm on a committee that was part of that is part of training Black women who are seeking political office. And so this particular committee that we're on, we actually help train anybody if they're running for their city manager position in any city, Black women and women of color. So monthly, sometimes twice a month, we would have Kamala, even when she wasn't, before she was even running, even when she was, chosen as vice president. So we've been with this for a few years. And it was refreshing. I was disappointed, but it was refreshing to know that she only had 107 days. And the way that Black women from all walks of life were able to unite and have conversations, people who've never had political conversations, gave me an inner sense of joy. And then later on, my daughter made a comment. I used to live in Miami, so I raised her in Miami. She made a comment. She said, "I'm going to go work for ICE." I said, "You're going to go work for ICE?" She said, "Yeah, so I can help deport some of the immigrants that voted for Trump." Like, why would you do that? And you're undocumented, or your family is, you have family that's undocumented. She was really, really upset about it. And I'm like, but those are some of your friends from Miami. Their parents are undocumented. We know that. She's like, but yeah, they voted for Trump. you know. So just trying to bring her a sense of peace and knowing that God is still sovereign. So regardless of who's in office, it really doesn't matter. God is sovereign. And so I have a peace about it now. I don't have the rage, so I have a peace and a motivation now that I'm like, okay, Black women can get together because when we fight, we win. And I'm motivated by that. And if we haven't won, that means the fight isn't over. So.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I love that, Renee. All right, who's next? Tell me what you're feeling. Share with us. Doesn't have to be pretty, doesn't have to be positive. What you're feeling. What you're feeling. Be honest, be as deeply honest as possible. This is the space for it. I have the capacity. Go for it.
I'll go real quick, or not real quick. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I just feel if I can be honest, I'm tired of holding the load for a bunch of people who don't get it. Like I'm tired of like savior complex for these folks that don't care about me, not even a little bit. Like I'm annoyed. I'm tired. I don't feel like fighting. Maybe tomorrow I'll fight. Like, but right now I'm just tired of like helping y'all fuck me. Like I don't want to help y'all no more. Y'all can have it. Like y'all can have it. That's where I'm at. Y'all can have it. Like I'm done. I'm not when we keep showing up when we supposed to show up, and we the only ones showing up. And it's been like that since they brought us here. Like we keep carrying this load that ain't nobody thanking us for, ain't nobody helping us with the load. We just do it because it's innately in us to not let anybody else suffer. But they don't care. Like that's how. Like I don't see the care. I don't see them going, "Oh my God, thank you, Black women, again for trying really hard." Nobody's saying it, right? Like, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. I totally hear you 110%. I get it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, who's next? What are you feeling? Let me hear it. Let me have it. Feel free to unmute and go for it.
Well, leading up to the election, like I said, told you in the email, I had seen just a lot of different leaders that I listened to. Can you hear me? Okay. A lot of leaders online kind of talking fear around the upcoming election. And I was shocked to see that because, normally these people are motivational and they're empowering, but they were talking this fearful language. And I'm like, no, what we afraid of? I'm not worried about who's going to be the president, right? Because that's not going to affect my life. God is in control of my life. And anyway, but then, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, they're not going to reelect this fool because we saw what he did when he was in office the last time. A convicted felon. What is that going to say if they elect him, if America chooses him? And so I didn't really keep up with anything. I was watching it, but I wasn't really watching it. I fell asleep. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I got on Facebook. And what I saw on Facebook was a bunch of people laughing about the fact that he had won. And when I saw the faces of the people, it was just like, what? So it just makes me feel like it doesn't matter if you commit a crime and you're convicted. Hey, you can be the president. You can be rewarded by being the president, the leader of the country. And I just felt like when he was in office the first time, he was not a leader. He divided the country really bad. there was a lot of hate going on. And I feel like when he was in office, it seemed like hatred was just magnified. People just started saying and doing it and everything, and it was like there was no repercussions. It was just like hate everywhere. He spewed hate. That's what I saw, and that was the reason why I didn't want him in office again. Um, and I just knew that America didn't want him in office again. But then for them to say about Kamala now, to be honest, I didn't really know a whole lot about her either, but I just felt like, if you want to say, she was the lesser of two evils, right? I didn't really dig deep into what she was all about, but I already knew what he was about. And I knew that I didn't want him there again. So that's why she was my choice. Um, but see some of the hatred, the hateful things that they said about her and about how she's not black and all of that, and she was fake. And but I'm like, well, what is he? He's spewing hatred. So what are you? I don't know. It was confusion because, like I said, and I had to sit with it all day because I'm like, well, I had said that it didn't matter who the president was, but I guess I was just disappointed. I was disappointed in America because I felt like there, I just felt like morals went out the window, and for whatever reason that they voted for him, because you already saw what he did when he was here the first time. That's what I'm saying. You didn't know, you never had her as president before. So I was like, well, you willing to give her a chance to see what she's gonna do. But I digress.
I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, thank you for sharing. I hear you. I get it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, all of that, everything that y'all shared so far, every single one of y'all. Yes, 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 and yes. Yeah. Who's next? What do you have? What are you feeling? Shanique, are you available? Hi, Adina, welcome. And then whoever A64 is, I'm so sorry. I just tried to unmute you, but it wouldn't allow me to. So I don't know if when you're on the phone, you can't unmute. It shouldn't be the case though, but I don't know. But Adina, Shanique, are y'all available? And anyone else that you want to share? I'm gonna wait and share mine last, obviously. But if you have something that just has come up for you and you've already shared, feel free to unmute again and share.
I can share. Actually, overall, I'm good. But what's been frustrating to me is people just talking about it, hearing it over and over and over. And now, people are trying to analyze why he got in, blaming a certain ethnicity for not voting. And I think I'm more just frustrated about the negativity. Because at the end of the day, as you have poured into us, we create our life. The external situations don't control that. So I've just been good overall, but frustrated from the comments that I've been hearing from everybody else.
Yeah, thank you for that, Adina. I get it. I get it. It's been a lot. Thank you for sharing that. Shanique, go for it.
Yeah, the day has been overwhelming because I think in typical fashion, I've always been a very supportive person. And so feeling as though I have to be there to support, all of the kids in the building who were going through what they were going through, and staff members, because we almost had a physical situation because staff members were arguing over the results today. And so it was a lot having to like play referee and all of the things. And as I was doing it, I'm like, yeah, this is the way that Black women always show up, despite all the things. I think it was Sanithia, did I say your name right? Sanithia, who was saying like, we always carry the load, and that's the truth. And so as I'm sitting here trying to process my own emotions, I feel like I really didn't have the opportunity to process my own emotions because people were, I'm always that person that people come to when they need support. So as soon as I woke up this morning, my sister's calling me and telling me how she felt about the situation. And then, my best friend called me and she's telling me how she felt about the situation. And then I'm trying to support the kids at school. I'm trying to support the staff at school. And so I never actually got the opportunity to deal with my own emotions. I think I'm just coming to terms right now, like as we speak, because I've been just trying to be there for everybody. And so, I mean, I don't know how to feel. I mean, disappointed, and definitely very afraid for my children more than anything, because I wonder, like what you have no clue what the future brings, with this gentleman coming into office. And so, um, I just worry. I always worry whenever my son walks out the door anyway. And so, like, now this just makes it feel more heightened. Um, And then similar to like what Adina was saying, it is kind of annoying to hear all of the perspectives because it kind of crowds out your own thoughts and your own emotions. And it's like, if y'all could just stop talking. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. So I think I'm just like in a very disappointed, a sad mixture of fear, concern, and worry, and then, you know, still trying to be a support to others. I'm like all swirled up in that space.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And I can't imagine with the job that you have, with being a principal and the students and the teachers and having to break up fights. Oh my gosh. Wow. So I'm grateful for this space for you. If y'all don't have your pen and pad, grab it if you need it. I want you to be able to journal, get out, write down. It doesn't even have to be full sentences, just words. I want you to be able to release. Tonight we're gonna have a real small mini release session. But I want us to be able to release. Hi Tori, good to see you. Good to see your face or your name. Are you the one with the 864 number?
That's me.
Who is
Pat.
me? Hey
Pat.
Pat. Hey Pat.
Hi.
How you doing?
Um, I'm a little bit of all of the ingredients that has gone before me today, just now, with a piece of what everyone has said. So it's a roller coaster because of, but I have been watching my gates today. I have been in a quiet space. I've been watching my words. I've been closing off things from my ears. I have been mindful of what I watch and where I have been today, because I have to be intentional about staying in a space of, not a space of safety, but a space of contentment for what it's going to take for me to hear and be able to have actionable steps to move forward, because now it's that's what it is. Just see how it puts a test on what we believe, how we believe, and then how we actually take steps forward in what we believe. And so I just kind of put it as, people are saying what they're saying, God is sovereign and this and that's, all of that is true, but have we really allowed it to be tested and to even say that God had to, or maybe not had to, but pushed us into the land that is promised, a place of promise, because we have begun to be in a place of comfort, in a place of, even though it's not, you know how they say, you know, even though it hurts, we still, you know, are in it, and we kind of begin to be lulled to sleep. And so, you know, I don't know, a lot of these thoughts are, you know, maybe just part of the roller coaster, but, you know, I'm just taking the ride. I'm really locking in and just taking the ride, so I'll know I'll be able to absorb everything that I'm supposed to get in this season, because it's a season, you know, and all seasons change and go away or whatever, but I'm supposed to come out better in this. And if I allow all of the negativity and all the things that's coming, and, you know, now get it right, I say, you know, before you come at me, put grandmama up first. But, you know, I just don't, you know, I'm not going to subscribe to a lot of negativity, because that's not going to serve me like I need to be served right now. You know, because everybody has, you know, a lot of people have opinions, a lot of people, you know, it's just a lot going on right now. And so in order for me to be able to hear, and I know I'm saying a lot, you know, I just have to stay in that place of guarding my gates. So that's kind of where I am.
Yeah, no, you're perfect. You're good. Thank you so much for sharing it. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience and where you're at. Thank y'all. Thank all of y'all. I appreciate it. I have a lot to share, a lot and a little to share. So thank you. Thank y'all for being honest, open, transparent, being bold. Thank you for saying it out loud. Thank you for getting it out. This is your sacred space. This is your safe space. So thank you. Tori, are you in a position to share how you're feeling? You're on mute if you're talking. Okay. So tonight I want to share a few things. The first thing is, you know, I got an email today. I got a few emails, but one in particular, Van, since you're here, is it okay for me to talk about the email you sent me? So Van sent me an email, and it caused me to kind of sit up a little bit. That shit, she wasn't the only one, but I got a few emails today. It was like, Coach P, what the fuck, basically. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do now? What is this? And I went to sleep last night. I don't watch the news anyway. Y'all know me. If you ever been on retreat with me, somebody said they thought I was gonna let Chandra die in Bali, because I was like, hey guys, everything's gonna work out. She's okay. They were like, no, she's fainting in this moment. And I was like, guys, she's fine. And so I don't watch the news. I say that. And Chandra, if you hear this, please, I hope you're laughing. She didn't die. She made it back to the States. Everything was fine. But I say that to say I don't watch the news, and I don't even watch certain movies. It's just anything that could kind of penetrate my spirit, because I'm so sensitive. I pick up on everything. If I walk through the grocery store, if I go to somebody's house, if somebody's in my space, I pick up on all kind of energy. So I don't put a lot of energy in. So I made sure I wasn't in the conversations and in spaces where there was a lot of negativity prior to the election last night. And then I kind of peeked in a little bit, and I peeked my head back out, and I woke up this morning and I was like, oh man, I definitely felt disappointment. But I immediately, after feeling disappointment, I felt excitement. And I understand that we all feel differently, and it is a lot. And Black women continue to show up, keep showing up, keep showing up. We don't know no other way than to show up. And the thing that this season, this year, these last 4 years, these last 8 years, these last 20 years has taught us, and definitely the last 4 years since pandemic, we will rest. We automatically show up because that's what we know to do. From what I understand, it wasn't Kamala's idea to run. But when they asked her, she showed up. She said, okay. And that's a big ass okay. That's a big ass I'll do it. That's a big ass I'll take the hits, I'll take the punches, I'll take the slices, I'll take all the things. That's a big, big thing to do. So the third thing I did was I had gratitude for her. I could not imagine the position, even though she wasn't alone in it. She was standing, her name, her face, her history, her past, her whatever, in the face of all of this, representing Black women for sure. And so I thought of her and I thought about like, damn, and I saw that her campaign said she won't be saying any, last night that she wouldn't be saying anything till later today. And, you know, and I thought, man, I bet that's difficult. I can't imagine having to face everybody. Some people blaming you, some people saying you were never gonna do it. Like, it's all kind of craziness. I just can't imagine it, right? It's a tough thing to even have to face as a person. And she's already faced it as a vice president, but damn, the higher you go up, it's like, oh my goodness. And then the fourth thing I experienced was I was reminded of 2019, 2020. And I remember living in Atlanta, in Alpharetta, and I had gotten back to Atlanta and I was hosting all these retreats and all the things and my book, all these life changes and everything had happened, but also we were knee deep in the pandemic and George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and all that stuff started like flooding me. And I was like, shit, I remember, oh my goodness. But I also remember during that very tough time, I'm 40, so it was my first time experiencing racism and hatred and all that stuff to such a I mean, we didn't have social media for Rodney King, you know, and I was too young to fully understand what was happening with Rodney King, but and everything during that time. But this thing was like, whoa, like it was in our face. We couldn't ignore it. It was everywhere. You had to avoid it if you didn't want to see it. And I remembered my mindset at that time. And my mindset was, and I wish I had a whiteboard. I'm going to order one so I can do this illustration better. But basically, it's understanding. Sir, can you go back to the couch? Go back to the couch. I'll give you a snack. Go back to the couch for me. Go back and I'll get you a snack, okay? Thank you. It's basically, Jason won't let me be serious. All day, he play all day, y'all, all day. It never ends. But basically, I'm gonna try to give you this illustration, but one of the things that was downloaded to me that brought everything into perspective for me, precious personally, because I was Coach Peter folks then too, but I still needed to take care of myself first, because I'm human, and I'm black, I'm matte black, I'm pro black, I love black. Everywhere I go, I take my blackness. I'm proud to be black. When I die and come back, I'm gonna come back as a black woman every single time. I love it. It's my favorite thing to be. I'm sure I've been an alien, a tree, never a roach, because come on. I'm sorry, roaches, but what? Like, that's crazy. Never a squirrel, but like I've always been a black woman. I feel like we are the highest of heights. I love us. And so as I took care of myself, one of the things that was downloaded to me was precious. There's you inside of you, right? There's your inner being inside of you. Then there's what's outside of you, which is your family, your daughter, your mother, your brother, your relatives. And then outside of that is my business, my clients, my friends, people who are, there's a little bit more distance. And then outside of that, it's the world. And then outside of that, it's government. You know, it's like, it keeps going out and out and out. But in here, I control all this shit. Every part of it, whatever lands, whatever I absorb, whatever I take in, I get to control that. Everything outside of me, including this 2-year-old, I have no control over. I have the possibility of influence, but I literally have no control over. Tonight's session is not about like, hey, y'all, it's gonna be all good, because it is. We know that already. But you still have a space and you still get to be pissed off, disappointed, let down. You still get to feel like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? You still get to experience fear. It's a natural feeling, emotion. But at the same time, I'll tell you what I told Van and a few other people today. This work that we've been doing is for moments like this. The work that we've been doing when we talk about we create our own reality, lock the fuck in. This is what that material is for. It's not just when everything's okay and we feel good. It's for moments like this when you gotta remember that above all, God will move the universe on my behalf. That above all, even this is divine. Now I'm gonna share a perspective that I can't remember if I shared with y'all before, but I'm gonna share it here in this space, and I'm gonna share this in replay so people can see it. And eat the meat, spit out the bones. If it don't work for you, you don't have to have it. But I like to share my perspectives because it also includes downloads and shit like that. When the George Floyd situation happened, I was like, whoa. Whoa, more importantly, at how the world responded. Everybody from all these different kind of communities was like, from white, black to Asian, Chinese, whatever. Everybody was like, oh my God, this is crazy. White America is tripping, right? Wait a minute, go back. I got your snack. Hold on. Give me a minute. I got your snack. Here, take this with you. I'm coming. Thank you. Go sit. Everybody was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And it dawned on me like, oh man. For the first time, not even with Emmett Till was white people in shame. But for the first time, they had some shame. A little bit of shame. I don't know how much, but it was enough that they started doing DEI stuff. They started giving money. They was like, how can we, it was a lot of white guilt. How can we get this off of us? We're terrible people. We got to do better. Da, 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 da. That stuff started to come up at that time. And it dawned on me, it was a download, and it was confirmed through other spiritual light workers or whatever that were getting the same downloads. When change needs to happen, it gets really ugly and really dark because we need to see ourselves. Think about the last time you changed a habit that was hard for you to change. How many times did you have to hit rock bottom before you was like, okay, goddamn it, this is enough? It got ugly. I know firsthand because my mother is a recovering addict. A lot of stuff had to happen multiple times before she got it, before she was like, you know what, enough. And I'm not at all saying that that's exactly what's happening, but what I am saying is that that's what it feels like for me. That's the lens that I'm seeing this through. Like, oh, we're here again for a reason, as a collective, not just Black women. All of us together are here again. We got a break in between, was able to catch our breath, take a breather, and now we back with the same person in the same situation again, but with more information now. What I know for sure is that Black women and women in general will rise. I know that we are gonna be the leaders, and not just gonna be as if we're not already, because we are already, but I mean in these political spaces and all the spaces, I know it to be true. But I also know that these folks need to see themselves. And so one of the things that I've decided to practice is stepping back and letting them do whatever it is they're doing. Whatever this is, if that's at play for them, I can be aware of what's happening, and I am. I can be aware of what's not happening, and I am. And I can also be very deliberate and intentional about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to move and how I'm going to see things and how I'm going to make things happen within myself. The other option is that I could get caught into their fear and into their matrix. And by matrix, I mean their system of doing things. and I can start moving with the fear that they're intentionally ensuing, that when we get in office, this is what's gonna happen, and we're gonna take this and we're gonna do this. Ain't a damn thing nobody can do, because can't nobody mess with God. Ain't nobody mess with God. That's a real thing. I believe that more than anything. So I'm not saying that the fear that the students at Shanique's school isn't real. That is real for them children, that they're gonna be deported, that their families are gonna be separated because the president changed. Like, that's a real fear for them. And what the teachers are feeling and what y'all feeling, that's all real for us. And also, we have a beautiful opportunity to create, to decide, to keep deciding, to keep showing up, to keep deciding, to keep showing up. And so I've decided I didn't have any fear, but I've decided to release any frustration, any disappointment. Felt it, it passed through me. And then it got on up out of here, because at the end of the day, holding on to frustration and disappointment and anger in this instance was something that's so big outside of me that I can only influence, I can't control, doesn't serve me any good. If it serves me, I'm gonna do it. And even if it don't serve me and I want to do it for a little bit, like after, you done did some shit that don't really serve you, but you do it because it feels good. It's a little bit. Even if it ain't the best thing for you. Jake's been going to, I have him in bed by 8 o'clock, by the way. We got to wrap this up pretty soon. He have his bath, he in bed. And I have me a little piece of wine, because having a little 2-year-old is no joke, okay? I don't know how anybody do it. I can't believe I ever did it. I won't never do it again. And having them for 2 weeks is ridiculous. And I had no business signing up for this shit. And I will never do it again, although I love him deeply. Okay? This is something that, you do it. So you have a little piece of wine afterwards and you move on with your life. This is what I'm saying though, right? Y'all, it's not our job to save anybody. And I want to challenge us. Where in your life, where in your personal life are you holding it down for people that you have no business holding it down for? Where in your personal life are you saving people that you have no business saving? Where else is this behavior showing up in your life? Because if we're going to be tired of it, we're going to be done with it. We're going to be tired of it. We're going to be done with it. Where else? Who else? Oh, yes. Knock, knock. It always comes back to us. We are creating our own reality. And if this experience triggered you in that space, trust me, I get it. But check yourself. Mic check. Where else? Where else? Where else? Are you holding things, taking responsibility, showing up for people more than they showing up for themselves? What Sanithia said earlier, Sanithia said, we tired of this shit. Tired of holding it down for people, tired of showing up and for them to screw me in the end. Well, where else are you doing that at? Because it's not just on this grand scale. Where else are you doing that at, Black woman? Where else are you not honoring yourself, Black woman? Where else are you tired, Black woman? So the question is, Tori said, there you go in my business again. The question is, tonight, in this moment, what are you willing to release? What are you willing to let go of tonight? What are you willing to honor tonight as we move forward? Adina said, what you just mentioned reminds me of some of the things we learned in the book Lighter. Absolutely, 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 absolutely. One of my favorite. I'm glad we experienced that in this community. And in the email that I sent y'all, there were 11 things that, I don't have my, not sure where my phone, oh, here it is. 11 things that I shared. And I want to share them in our session tonight, because I just want to remind us of possibility. So I shared something on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you do, because I share mostly there. Today is a good day to rest. Return back to yourself. Give your mind, body, and spirit the ease they deserve. Rest is sacred. Hello, I'm on the call. I'm almost finished. It's how we recharge to rise again. Number 2, today is a good day to allow space for silence. In the quiet, we get to hear clearly from source, receive our downloads, and gain the most aligned perspective. This is how we flow forward with clarity and ease. Today is a good day to release. Release the need to fix, change, or correct anyone or anything. Exercise your power of acceptance and peace. Let go and trust in the flow. Release anything else that isn't yours to carry. So that brings us to, and there's a total of 11. I won't read them all, but that brings us to the question that I'm asking. What are you willing to release today? For me, this is a powerful opportunity for us to make a decision about our abundance, for us to make a decision about our mindset, and for us to make a decision about how we're moving forward with more confidence, with more boldness, with more clarity, with more freedom. Where else in your life can you expand? I began to get motivated because I remembered 2022 through 2021. If y'all joined me, most of y'all joined me in 2019 through 2021. Baby, we had a time. Baby, we was going live every Sunday. Baby, we was in it to win it. Oh my goodness, we had retreats after retreats, live events, all kind of stuff happening back to back. I'm back in the saddle. I'm like, okay. I thought I was moving in a different direction. Maybe the theme is different, but I'm back and I'm ready. And this is an opportunity to activate. Activate. The energy is right, y'all. And here's what I'll ask you to do. Pat mentioned something. Pat said, I'm supposed to get better after this. It's supposed to be better for me after this. And so we decide. And so we decide. Because nothing just happens for anybody. Them folks was working overtime, scheming, cheating, lying, stealing in order to make what happened happen. Be clear, everybody's working hard. And we get to work deliberately with ease because it's owed to us. We get to work deliberately with grace because it's owed to us. And the difference between working hard for me and working deliberately is when I'm working deliberately, I'm using strategy, I'm using perspective, I'm using my mindset, I'm connected with source, I'm moving in alignment. When I work hard, I'm moving with my mind, with my hands, with the things I can physically do. And I'm hustling. I'm trying to make it happen. But when I'm being deliberate, I'm allowing it to happen. The way that I make it happen is through allowance. The way that I make it happen is through perspective. The way that I make it happen is through these spaces that allow me to honor who I really am. And if I know who I really am, for a second, if I know who I really am, and I do, then it gives an opportunity for me to practice in that. We've been in this journey for a decade together. There's no reason for you to be afraid of this moment. I have no problem reminding you. But once we get done with this reminder, I'm gonna need you to get into a gear. Check in. We done did too much work. You done invested too much. You know too much. Stop it, bud. Yeah. You know too much. So as you show up in this space of honoring like who you are and what you've decided in your personal life, nothing has changed. The leadership of the United States changed, but your purpose and your mission hasn't changed. Your joy and your abundance is still yours. Put your arm through, baby. So the question is, thank you. What are you releasing? Adina said, I have decided I am releasing all negative emotions shared by other people regarding the election. Yeah. Yeah. Way to get back in gear, get back in the saddle. Let me hear it, y'all. Feel free to unmute. Feel free to type it in the comments. Sanithia said, I'm releasing limiting beliefs. Give me a limiting belief that you're releasing. Give me a specific one.
That I'm unqualified for something I want. When obviously that don't matter. Right?
Listen, told y'all this a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure I said it last year. White people have a sense of entitlement and audacity that has to be studied and mastered. That's the only thing we lacking. We think we're supposed to ask for permission and be qualified and wait until, and anything I've ever done, I wasn't qualified to do. I'm just gonna be real with you. Y'all heard my story. You know who your coach is. I ain't never been qualified for nothing that I was supposed to do. From the positions I held in corporate America to what I've done, TEDx stage and otherwise. Everyone else had to have these qualifications. I did not. I was always an exception because I said so, because I decided so. So I love that what you got from that is at the end of the day, let me not disqualify myself because they said I had to have, let me just be prepared and move in the direction of what I've asked and prayed for and show up. Because that's what time it is. And that's what time it should have been. Very good, Sanithia. Thank you so much. Shanique said, I'm releasing the need to be the one, to be the comforter, the supportive, and the nurturer, so that I have the space to be there for and support myself. Absolutely. Absolutely, Shanique. And it's okay to only listen and not provide anything. And if you don't even want to listen, it's okay to say, hey man, I would love to support you in this, but I've reached my capacity for today. And leave it in awkward silence. It's gonna be weird. People, okay, I didn't mean to. Let them find their way. You know, they gotta find your way out of the moment. I didn't know. I ain't know it was like that. You know, they gotta wiggle their way out of the moment. Let them do it. I don't mind the awkwardness. I just be sitting back like, whew, I'm glad that went well. Shanique said, I start cracking jokes in those weird moments. You ain't gotta crack no joke if you don't want to. I love it. I love that. I love that. Thank y'all for this laugh tonight. This is perfect. Van said, I'm releasing the thought that I'm alone and that I don't belong here. Yes, Van, definitely let that shit go. Because that is not true at all. You belong here. You are loved. You are protected. You are guided. You are surrounded. You are provided for. You are cared for. You are somebody. We need you. We love you. You got a whole sisterhood that is about you. Tori said, I'm releasing the need to save everybody. Yes, 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 yes. Let that shit go. Because here's the truth. You can't. You can't save nobody. Nobody can save anybody. You can support, you can influence, but people are responsible for saving themselves. You ever help somebody and then you find out they put themselves back in the same position you helped them out of? And you made a sacrifice to help them in the first place, almost died, almost lost, almost didn't have, almost da. You been there? Y'all quiet. Just say ouch or something. Okay, baby. Go get it. Get your stool. Get your stool. Get your step. Go ahead. Yeah, get your step so you can do it. So yeah, I love that, Tori. That's beautiful. Pat, can you unmute? Pick it up.
Sure.
Yes, I'm ready
I'm
for you,
un-
Pat. Got this 2-year-old over here. Y'all help me. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. What? Okay. I got it. Okay. All right, let's do it. I'm ready, Pat.
what's the question?
What are you releasing?
Um, I'm releasing fear. Fear that's behind me, in front of me, and fear I have allowed to be with me. Not in just this, but in being. Yeah, because I take on a lot of other people's energy, even though I try to stay in a good place. I absorb other people's energy and other people's pain and whatever, and it turns into fear for them, but it comes from me. So it, I surround myself with that, and I need to release that and become free, because there are things that I am destined for and to that I have allowed to take me captive. And so I release that, not me to, I release that. Even in the hearing of those that are on the call, because that gives me more, that gives me help in release it into the universe, and then it will divide into whatever it needs to divide in. When I get it back, it's going to be what I need. So I release that weight.
Yes. Yes, Pat. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you and your words. Ooh, that it be divided into whatever it need to, that it go wherever it needs to go, that it be alchemized into whatever it needs to be alchemized into. Yeah, that's the release. I love it. Renee said, I'm releasing the need to think I'm responsible for the outcome or consequence of another person's decision. Yes, 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 yes. I have a 21-year-old who is figuring life out, and I had to tell one of her parents, one of the co-parents in her village, hey, you're gonna have to let her suffer her consequences. And they're appalled at me because I'm mom, and I'm like, yeah, mean that. Because I don't know how we learn outside of that. Me saving you so that you don't experience your consequences is only belaboring your consequences. It's really a disservice to you, honestly. I love that. Tori said, I'm releasing the thought that I have to ask for permission to be authentically me. Yes, absolutely. There's no other way. No one will ever be satisfied anyway. Yeah, I like you, but can you change this little part? I like that, but can you change this little part? I like that, but when you say this, it makes me feel like that, and I don't like that. So can you stop doing that? It'll never be enough. Absolutely. Y'all, we got work to do. We got money to make. We got experiences to have. We got impact to experience, to have, to make. We got shit to do. Yes, this is happening in the world, but that's exactly where it's happening at, in the world. You can observe it, don't absorb it. And when you find it has already seeped in, detox. And detox includes not just cutting off the news, not just ending the conversations, not just limiting your social media, but also now re-entering it back into a space where you can have yourself be filled up. And I said that so wrong, but what I mean is allow yourself to have spaces and places and community like this that refill you during your detox. This season for me, I found a few times where I've had like some first experiences and I was like, oh man. And I shared it with a friend and they kind of like judged a little bit, like, yeah, but if you would, and I was like, pause, you don't get to do that. I wasn't asking for no advice, and this was my first experience. I get to be messed up. I get to learn. I get to figure it out. I want us to give ourselves more permission to learn. Learn. We're learning how to do this, y'all. If you were pissed off today, it's okay. You're learning how to regulate and manage your emotions when tough shit happens in the big, huge world. Having Jace here with me has taught me he has big emotions to stuff. I mean, like knock down, drag out, crying, kicking, screaming, and then 5 minutes later, me, what? I'm still pissed off about you showing out at the monkey bars, embarrassing me in front of these people. He done Spider-Man, like what? And done moved on. And so I want you to know that you have an opportunity to show up today and to do it differently. And we got work to do. So this community, and communities like it, lock in. I'm going to be more active. I'm redesigning my life in a way that allows me to be more active on social, because it's necessary now. But also in our own community in spaces like this. So our sacred space is open for you. We're going to be doing more Sundays. We're going to go back to Sundays altogether, but we're going to be doing more Sundays, back to all Sundays next year, 2025. But I'm building programs and at no cost. Some will be with investment because we got to pay to get to where we're going. Retreats, local and internationally, domestic. Here in Houston, I'm going to be doing one-day workshops, weekend workshops. I'm going to be providing more and at no cost. But the stuff that needs to be paid for, we'll have to add a cost. We will. There'll always be scholarship opportunities. But let's continue to do this work. I am here for you. If you need to email me, if after this days get hard, you forget again, you need to be reminded, let's do it. But give yourself a chance to learn how to be in this space and not save, not have to explain, not teach, but just experience. I'm feeling disappointed today. I don't want to feel disappointed all day, but I can acknowledge that I do feel disappointed and I'm willing to let it go. And then allow that disappointment to flow through you, because it's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. It's just an experience that you're having. I'm pissed off. I feel pissed off today. I don't want to feel pissed off all day, but I'm willing to let this pistivity, is that a word, Shanique, flow through me, right? Whatever you're feeling, I'm feeling jealous today. I'm feeling envious today. I'm feeling tired today. Whatever it is, acknowledge it and then allow it space to flow through you. You deserve that. We're not ignoring that you have these big emotions. We're just saying that you don't have to build a brick house about them because it doesn't serve and support you. And we only want to do the majority of what we do that serves and supports you. So hold on, bud. Okay, you already had one, but wait a minute. So yeah, any questions? Any comments? Here, Juice, go have a seat.
I put
Okay,
in
go
the
have
comments, Coach P, but I just want to thank you for taking the time to pour into us tonight. I needed it.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. I appreciate that. Wait a minute. Anybody else? I have reached my time limit. I must go in seconds. He's gonna have a meltdown, and so am I. We may have meltdowns together. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for being present. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. We got us. We good. And we are here to remind each other that we're good. We got us, and we're gonna be all right. More than all right. This is our time. This is our season. Nothing has changed. This is our time. This is our season. Nothing has changed. That happened in the world, and still we rise. We've already risen. You can be pissed off, all the things, and then move on, because we got shit to do. Okay. I love y'all so very much. I'll see you guys in the OSS community and online. Make sure you're following me on social, on Instagram especially. And my boss is ready for me to check out, because if he tell me he want to snack one more time, I'm going to pull every braid out I have in my head. All right, I love y'all so much. Say goodbye. Say good night. Night, night, bye-bye.
Night night.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank y'all. Love y'all. I appreciate y'all.